Yeah, it's your boy Fist in the his house, bringing another great edition of Call of Duty Ghosts from me to you, because that's what I do. And this is Sovereign. Yes, just like this little game we just battled on. You know, these are the games that I like. They might not be like, you might not have the greatest score, but you just go all out and like you get as many caps as you can. Like, you got to be the anchor on the team. And those games are, here's the things that I live for in this game. Now, if I were to do things over, like if I were to change Call of Duty Ghosts, I would take out the shield, I would take out, like, throwing explosives are, you know, a little ridiculous. I mean, you could throw a C4 as far as you could throw a grenade. I thought that was pretty stupid. I don't know, maybe in the past I said that C4 should have been able to be thrown further. And the thing about it is you only get one, so you can't replenish them. So I guess I'm not too mad about that. It's the fact that people can use C4 with the shields. I guess just remove the shields, remove vaulting, remove sliding, remove leaning. You know, it's great that they took out, and we go back to the same subject every single time. We go back to the fact that hey, it's great. Infinity Ward, you did a great job removing tactical insertion. That was wonderful. But your game is 7 million units down on the Xboxes. 7 million from the last Modern Warfare 3. The problem with Infinity Ward, is that they copied David Vonderhaar and Treyarch's version of Call of Duty. They lost their identity in this game. First of all, Infinity Ward had nothing to do with MLG esports gaming. And I had no problem with that. But their whole focus was, the whole focus of Call of Duty is about fun. And when you lose your way with fun and the people of the community, they're just going to leave. And I hate to be saying the same thing, but I wanna show the good things and the bad things. Look at that, it was awesome. Jump, I wish I had that on theater cam. That would have been sick. But these are some of the reasons why there is still, this is why 7 million copies still sell. It's the fact that the game still has great fluidity. Still has great small portions of fun factors where you can have a game and be an anchor for your team and get 7 caps and goes down to the wire, and it's like, you know, this is the game that these are the games you live for when you go online. Not all of us have 70 hours a week to pour into doing Call of Duty 8s, and yeah, I would like to do competitive. You know what I liked about when there was real competitive scene that you could play? When there was clan servers. Not in this game, but in Battlefield 2. If you really want, if it is Activision's desire to get esports on board, and you want to introduce people into it in a friendly, fun way, then let everybody play on a clan server. So you could create a clan on a server, and you could play other people, and you just get thrown into, like, you know, a 10-man team tournament, and it just goes on all day. So you could, like, do a pickup team and free agents. Like, you'll have, like, a board where you can go free agents, and people just pick each other, and bam, you know, that would be a cool meta game. Not this aliens crap. This alien stuff, this aliens meta game that they have in Call of Duty. I mean, Infinity Ward's been looking for a metagame for a very long time. You know, here's the funny thing about it. The reason why Treyarch and Black Ops had such a say in what was going on in the Call of Duty series is because they created their own niche. They created 2 games. They made 2 games for the price of 1. They knew that Infinity Ward was top dog. That's back when, you know, Call of Duty 4, when they were making all, you know, Mark Zampella and West, they were top dogs. How could you compete with that? You had to give something free. So what they do? They created a meta zombie game. To be frank with you, the reason why Black Ops 2 sold the amount of copies, and all of Treyarch games have sold the amount of copies that they sold, was because of zombies, not because of their first-person shooter. Let's get that out of the way. Let's really get that out of the way. And because of that, and the reason that zombies is so popular is now the tail wags the dog. And it's all just a facade. It's a straight up facade. And that means that Treyarch is changing this game and they don't know why everybody's leaving. Well, I'm telling the whole story right here. You know, Infinity Ward was the leader in making the game. Treyarch couldn't compete with that. They made 2 games for 1. The tail became more important than the dog. And that is the meta game, zombies. And thereby, because of zombies is more popular overall than the series itself, that it should have had its own spin-off, to be honest with you. And then we would see where Treyarch really stands. See, nobody brings that argument up. If it wasn't for zombies, nobody would be talking about a Treyarch game. Let's be honest here. Half of the people that are online in Black Ops games over the last couple releases, 50% of it was zombies. So when you look at the total number of people online, this has nothing to do with gameplay or whatever. So, and see, this is what the most terrible part about the whole thing is now the tail is wagging the dog. Treyarch, because of zombies leading the charge, is that Treyarch and their first person, David Vonderhaar, they basically run Infinity Ward. So Infinity Ward is trying to be... So this is how bad a Treyarch game looks without zombies. That's the title of this video. This is how bad a Treyarch game looks without zombies. That's it. You just might as well... What's the point of having... What's the point of... This is what I don't get. Why mess around and try to create your own metagame? Why don't you just bring zombies over from Treyarch? If you're copying the game and trying to make this like a shitty Treyarch game, you might as well bring over the game that's carrying Treyarch's game in the first place, and that's zombies. Or instead, how about you try this and be what you were supposed to be, an Infinity Ward game. Exciting, fun, explosions, shit going on. It's crazy, awesome. What happened? You feel you lost your identity. Call of Duty Ghosts is a terrible Treyarch game without zombies. That's what it is. That's the bottom line. And I hope you understand this commentary, because that's the 100% truth. And I hope Activision sees this. I mean, if you're going to go ahead and copy another studio, copy them completely. Bring zombies over. Say, look, we're going to do zombies too. What does it matter? Who cares? I mean, zombies is the one that's carrying this series anyways. You haven't did anything innovative. You haven't changed the engine. You might as well ride that zombie wave until it dies too. The reason why zombies is so popular is because it doesn't happen every year. It's every other year. So that's why Black Ops stays afloat. What do you think Sledgehammer is going to do? You think Sledgehammer is going to have a good meta game? You know, now every single Call of Duty has to make 2 games. Has to make 2 meta games. And I highly suggest either A, Sledgehammer comes out with zombies, or B comes out with like a meta game like Hearthstone, like a Call of Duty card game. That would be awesome. Or maybe a Call of Duty like Command and Conquer or a League of Legends type game. You know, something, you know, in that respect. Maybe a Diablo type League of Legends, something meta game that's completely different than the other 2. Or just throw in zombies. My personal thing is that if I was Sledgehammer or Infinity Ward or Treyarch and I was going to do a zombie game, I would steal State of Decay's premise. And then I would have 2 teams start on both sides and then fight for resources in the middle and have the zombies in the middle, and then build your base camps and then have the other 2 people have the other 2 teams probe and attack each other's base camps in between town, and whoever had the most resources, and then like you could use zombies, and the levels of zombies would increase based on the stuff that you collected. That would be an awesome meta game, because it's like you're trying to take over their base camp, and that would be way better. I've suggested this. I mean, if you look at State of Decay, which is a download on 360, I played it extensively. That was a great game. The only problem was it just lacked something, and I figured it out. And that was, have two base camps go against each other, and then fight for resources. So if you had 6v6, then the zombies in the middle, and then the resources, you build up your base camp, and then and then you can send out teams to attack each other's base camp, and then you just have the zombies coming in. And you have to fight, you have to get through the zombies to get to the base camp, and see that would be awesome, because then you'd have have awesome plans. But anyways, I mean, like I said, I could come in and save Call of Duty, and and I look at an Insurgency, a PC game that started from nothing, from Kickstarter. I look at Soldier of Fortune, not Soldier of Fortune, SOCOM. Their new game that the people came together and brought that series back. It's possible that somebody can make a good first-person shooter. It's possible. There's a lot of out there, and this is a glimpse of how much fun you can have when you have a great game. Unfortunately, Infinity Ward's studio is completely lost, and I have zero confidence in them anymore. I don't think they know what they're doing. They're copying Black Ops, Treyarch, and they're just completely lost. They totally need help. And I'm going to be doing a podcast on Last Stand Podcast. I'll be posting a video tomorrow when that starts. And we're going to talk extensively about my experience on Titans Fall, Call of Duty, and where it stands, and so on and so forth. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this awesome game. Until next time, peace. I'm out. And don't forget to check out Fist 2, link below. I'm out.